I, like so many others, have always been infatuated with cinema, whether it was movies, TV shows, or video games. I've always found great pleasure in really all three of them because I've always been able to really relate to the movies, the TV shows, and video games because they all contain life lessons, life scenarios, and whatnot. Overcoming adversity, betrayal, everything that can happen in your life. Movies are a way to really display that, and you can relate to that. Since I was a kid, my mom always had me hooked on really TV shows and video and movies. And once the cinema world revolutionized and went from tapes to video games, discs, it was very revolutionary. And it was very good for the industry because of the fact that a disc is so much easier to keep up with. It's more containable. Just this disc right here is a third of the size of a regular tape itself, and it's way more convenient. It can all be held in a smaller space, but people fail to realize how fragile a video game disc is because all of the data of a video game is all on one side, and just the smallest damage itself can ruin the disc and you never be able to watch it again. And that's a waste of money that you spend on it because it won't work anymore. And once it gets too damaged, it's really not going back to it. You really can't fix it. So as a kid, I always was playing the video games and movies, and my brothers would always leave the discs out, and they would always obtain clutter and get scratches and whatnot. So I wanted to learn how to prevent that from ever happening, but also learn how to react if they ever got damaged and what to do to fix them if the damage wasn't too bad. So the first step to preventing this simply is always keep it in the case. The only time you want to take it out of the case is if you're trying to use it. If it should come out of the case and go straight into the system, whether it's a DVD player, or PlayStation, Xbox, whatever you're going to use, the disc should go straight in there, and as soon as you're finished, take it out and put it right back in there. Don't lay it on the table, don't lay it on the Xbox or PlayStation because you'll forget it and it'll just obtain clutter and it'll just get damaged, and you just don't want that. So, and the way to take it out, the best way is, there's two different ways you can do it. There's a little button here that you press, and you press it, it comes out, and you can there's a little loop in the middle that you can hold it on your finger like this, or you can hold it on the sides. I prefer to use it like this because I feel like if I hold it like this, then my fingers will roll over. So I like to do it like this. You can do both. You can choose to hold it inside and hold the sides, but I like to do it like this because I feel like it's the best way to not touch the disc at all, because just fingerprints and whatnot really accumulate. So it really accumulates and it obtains clutter so easily, just dust and everything. And that's the first key to it. And then also knowing how to put it back in the case. Some people move it around and it can get scratched up because of the way you put it in there, but you just put it right back in there. And if you just do that, then you should really never have any problems with it. I mean, it may obtain a couple of scratches, but as long as it's got no more than 2 or 3 scratches and a few fingerprints, it should work fine. I mean, you should be able to notice whenever it stops working, because it should start slowly progressing to being messed up, because it'll start pausing a little bit, and you should know then to start checking it more. And the key is, you really can't tell by just looking at it where the smudges and the scratches are. You have to get under light and really look at it, and you can tell where the smudges are. And if you see smudges or scratches, the first step would be to just simply run water over it. You can just rub water, squirt some water on it and just wipe it off with a really soft material, because if you use rough material, it could cause scratches. So if you use soft material, it should wipe off the simplest scratches and damage and fingerprints. And if that doesn't work and it's still too much damage to work to your preferences, then you can use toothpaste. Just use a little bit of toothpaste, just put the toothpaste on there just a little bit and rub it around and scrub it, and then wash it off with water, and then scrub it with some soft material, and it should be in the best condition that it possibly can be. And then you simply just put it back, and the disc should be on read. But simply, the key to being able to have a disc for as long as it's going to last is to really prevent that from ever happening, to knowing how to take care of them and knowing how to get it out of the case and how to put it back in the case, and what to do if damage does occur, because damage is going to occur. People drop things like that happen. You can drop something and something may hit it when you're going around, somebody may bump into you. I mean, things like that are going to happen. So you want to know how to react if that kind of thing happens. And toothpaste, water is a great way to react to that. But this is my visual aid I decided to use, just a regular video game. And like I said, toothpaste, water, just preventing it from ever touching the surface or obtaining clutter or scratches. And you should be able to enjoy the disc as long as you want.